Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we are diving into the Agentforce Winter 26 release. And let me tell you, this isn't just some minor update. It's a huge leap forward in creating a real digital labor force. We're going to break down how Agentforce is tackling some of the biggest headaches in AI right now. From not knowing if your bots are even working to customers hitting those frustrating dead ends. Let's get right into it.
So first things first, let's get on the same page with this core idea, digital labor. This is not about replacing people. The whole point is to augment them. Just imagine AI agents working right alongside your teams, using the apps and data you already have to handle routine tasks, give employees a hand, and seriously upgrade the customer experience. This idea is the bedrock for everything else we're about to cover.
All right, so here's our game plan for today. First, we'll look at how these AI agents are actually becoming part of the workforce. Then, we'll see how we can move past just guessing if they're doing a good job. We're also going to solve that dreaded AI dead end, you know the one. After that, we'll pop the hood and see how we can supercharge the agent's brain. And finally, we'll talk about how to get these smarter agents out into the world, everywhere, without all the usual drama. Okay, section 1. The big idea here is that AI agents aren't some sci-fi concept anymore. They are here, right now, joining the workforce. But as companies are finding out pretty fast, hiring a digital worker brings a whole new set of challenges to the table. And it all starts with one very, very important question. And this right here, this is the million-dollar question. You've poured all this time and energy into building an AI agent, but then what? How do you know if it's actually solving problems? Or is it just sending your customers in circles, making them more and more frustrated? If you don't have clear data, you're basically just flying blind and hoping for the best. And that's exactly where this next part comes in. To solve that problem, Winter 26 is rolling out Agentforce Observability. I want you to think of this like a mission control center for your entire AI workforce. It gives you this complete top-to-bottom view of exactly what your agents are doing out there in the real world. This quote from the release notes just nails it. The goal is to transform agent management from guesswork into data-driven optimization. It's all about making that shift from, crossing your fingers and hoping it works, to knowing exactly what's happening so you can make smart, targeted improvements. So how does this actually work? Let's walk through it. Picture this. An admin is looking at the dashboard and sees a big spike in customers just giving up and leaving the chat. That's a huge red flag. So they drill down and see the issue is all around one topic: update delivery address. With just one click, they can watch a full replay of a conversation and see the exact moment it all went wrong. And, the agent was trying to upsell a product instead of just helping the customer. With that crystal clear insight, they can jump right in and tweak the agent settings. See? We're going from a mysterious black box to a totally transparent system. Okay, next big problem. And I know we've all been here. You're talking to a bot, it gets stuck, it says, "Let me get you to a human," but then crickets. Nobody's available, the chat just dies, and you're left hanging. It's the absolute worst, the AI dead end. So the fix for this is a fantastic new feature called Escalation Fallback. Just look at the difference here. In the old way, if no human was free, the agent would just bail on the chat and the customer was totally abandoned. But now, in that exact same situation, the agent is smart. It jumps back into the chat and says, "Hey, no one's available, but how about I log a support case for you, or we can schedule a callback?" The conversation keeps going and the customer actually feels taken care of, not just dropped. And here's the really crucial part. This isn't just some random pre-programmed response. The agent's next move is completely configurable. The business gets to decide what the best options are. Should it create a case, book an appointment, offer a link to a help article? This makes sure the conversation is always productive, and most importantly, it builds trust with your customers. All right, now let's get into the really fun stuff, the AI's brain. The Winter 26 release gives a massive power-up to the prompt builder, which is basically the tool you use to teach the AI what to do and how to think. Let's see what's new under the hood. The first huge upgrade is on the input side of things. Your agents are no longer stuck with just plain old text. They can now understand multimodal inputs. That means your customers can actually upload things like images or even PDF documents right into the chat, and the agent can analyze them. And check this out. This is where it gets really wild. A customer could snap a photo of a receipt that's written entirely in Norwegian, upload it, and the agent can understand the text in the image, process it, and then generate a perfect summary in English. That mix of computer vision and global language support is a total game changer.
Next up, the agent's outputs are getting way smarter too. You can now tell the agent to respond in specific structured formats like JSON or HTML. Now that might sound a little technical, but it's a huge deal. It means the AI's response isn't just a messy block of text anymore. It's clean, reliable data that you can use to automatically update other systems, fill out forms, or run other processes without any errors. An AI is really only as smart as the information it has access to. So the third big upgrade here is giving agents a much, much bigger library to pull from, using new tools called retrievers. It's all about grounding the AI's answers in a wider universe of factual, up-to-date information.
So what does that actually look like? Well, with something called Ensemble retrievers, an agent can search your company's internal knowledge base and a whole library of PDF manuals at the exact same time to find the single best answer. And with the new web retrievers, agents can even pull live real-time data from trusted websites. So information about things like shipping statuses or product specs is always, always current. Okay, so you've done it. You've built a smarter, more reliable, more capable agent. The final piece of the puzzle is actually getting it out there to your customers. And in the past, connecting that one agent to all the different places, your website chat, WhatsApp, SMS, Facebook, that could be a really painful, repetitive process. Well, the new Advanced Connections experience completely changes the game with a build once, connect everywhere approach. It's modular, so you build your connection pieces one time and just reuse them for all your agents. You can manage all your channels, web chat, WhatsApp, SMS, you name it, all from one central hub. And the best part? The responses are adaptive. The agent is smart enough to know it can show a fancy carousel of products on your website, but it needs to send a simple text with a link over SMS. And it handles all of that automatically.
So let's zoom out and tie this all together. When you look at the Winter 26 release as a whole, it really comes down to 4 key things. You get way more visibility into how your agents are performing. You get better reliability, so your customers never get left behind. You get greater capability with agents that can understand and access way more data. And finally, you get a much wider reach, letting you deploy these powerful agents everywhere with a whole lot less effort. And all of this brings us to one final really big question. As this digital labor force gets more transparent, more dependable, and just vastly more intelligent, it really makes you wonder, what's the next big, complex task we're going to feel comfortable handing over to our AI agents? Definitely something to think about. Thanks so much for tuning in.